What's up guys, Eric here, back with another edition of Comic Crazy Reviews, and this is definitely a crazy week in comic books. We have so much crap going on in DC and Marvel, including, obviously, the highly anticipated Villains Month from DC Comics. So let's get started. Alright guys, first off we're going to start off with some Marvel Comics, and this is going to be Battle of the Atom Part 1. This is one of the bigger events that Marvel has been pushing on us to like. And what it is the past, present, and future X-Men all colliding into one time period, which is our time period, of course, in 2013. What better time to do it than now? I mean, come on, why not? And it's just, it's actually good. And I think it's good because it has to do with the all-new X-Men story arc that's going on, which has been the best thing, in my opinion, out of Marvel now, so far, since it's been started. It's funny. Like, Iceman is hilarious in this. You have Iceman cracking jokes, you have future Deadpool cracking jokes, and the characters mesh well together in this story arc. And the beginning of this was an epic beginning. I mean, the original team goes out to one of their first reconnaissance missions, gets attacked by tons and tons of freaking Sentinels, and young Cyclops pretty much, like, dies. He gets brought back to life by one of the newer mutants who gets completely freaked out that he, in his mind, thinks he was able to bring back somebody from the dead, which we don't know yet. Was he actually dead? Was he just unconscious? We don't know. But we do know that the Dominatrix Cyclops, which is the Cyclops from the present, did vanish after the past Cyclops got injured by a Sentinel, so we don't know. We have no idea what happened. Could have just died, and then the guy brought him back to life. But the fight scene with the Sentinels was awesome. There were just Sentinels everywhere, and the artwork by Frank Cho is fantastic in this book. So I definitely recommend picking this up, guys. I give this a 4 out of 5. Great read, great artwork. I mean, why not, right? Marvel now. Alright guys, next up is Battle of the Atom, Chapter 2, which is actually the issue 16 of All New X-Men. And this was pretty much just a continuation of that. They're about to send back the original X-Men because of the whole scare with Cyclops. They want to send them back to their own time so they don't mess up the space-time continuum once again, even though they've already done that. But right before they do that, the future X-Men come into our time. And they're like, hey, by the way, we're trying to stop you from doing something catastrophic. So they actually want to get the original X-Men back as well. I mean, you have Kitty Pryde, who's old, you have Deadpool, who's old, but he's still funny and cracking jokes. You got Beast, who mutated once again with horns and shit. Fucking crazy. But this, again, was a good read with great artwork, and it was fun, and Jean Grey is just getting more and more powerful. And there's another character we don't know. We have no idea who she is. She has a mask on, and in the end you find out who she is, and it's like, holy crap! But which one is it? We don't know. But it's really cool to see. But again, pick this up. This is also a 4.0 out of 5, so I highly recommend it. Alright guys, next up we get Superior Spider-Man number 17, The Return of Spider-Man 2099. And there's no fight really between the two of them. It's just kind of a setup. It starts off in 2099. Spider-Man is told that he needs to go back into the year 2013 because, you know, the heroic age is like, what the hell did they do this time? They ruined the space-time continuum. And he has to go back and help. He's like, I don't want to do it, I don't do it. Well, the guy's like, hey, you gotta go back, because look at the screen. We're looking at 2013, and you're right there on the screen in the year 2013, so you better get over there and do what you're apparently doing on this screen. So go. He's like, ah, crap, I gotta go. So then he goes. And he meets up with some people, and it's like, what year is it? 2013. And then he pretty much meets up with Superior Spider-Man, and they're about to fight. And that's it. But this is actually a good story. It was kind of funny parts in between with Peter Parker playing baseball. He hits a home run, and he calls it a goal, and he's running around, everyone's like, oh, you're a jerk. So, I mean, it's kind of little funny moments here and there. And of course, you hear like shock like 20 times. I love that. Everyone's like shock, shock. You know, and jam it. Jam it instead of damn it. It's jam it. This was a pretty decent book. I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5. Pick it up if you like Spider-Man 2099. And I'm actually looking forward to the story arc with this. Okay, guys. Here it is. I'm going to review 2 books from the Villains Month. Okay? And I'm going to start off with, it's actually Batman 23.1, but it's Joker number 1. And it's actually the 3D cover. You probably can't see the 3D-ness on here, but it's pretty cool. And the story is pretty funny. It's just a one-shot kind of thing with the Joker from years ago. And it kind of shows a little bit of his origin. You still don't know who he is. You just show him as a kid, and his aunt's washing him with bleach, and he's just getting punched in the face, and he's just treated like shit when he's a kid. So he ends up adopting a monkey. He steals it from the zoo and trains it to be his henchman, son, bad guy kind of thing. And then towards the end of it, the monkey kind of apparently dies, and Joker thinks it's hilarious. He goes, oh, well, I better get a refund. I mean, that was pretty much the whole story, but it was actually a fun story to read, and it was cool to see the different emotions with the Joker, which really weren't, they seemed like fake emotions, because he was never really sad, but he seemed sad, so this is another book. Definitely pick it up. 3.5 out of 5, guys. Here it is, my comic book of the week, and probably everybody's comic book of the week, Forever Evil #1. This book was epic. This pretty much brought every single villain in the DC Universe together with the Crime Syndicate. And the Crime Syndicate are badasses. I mean, come on. Ultraman is snorting kryptonite to get power. And it looks like Lex Luthor is the only one who's, like, around who could have the potential to maybe stop them. Because everyone else, Dick Grayson is, you don't no idea. I mean, he's screwed is pretty much what it is. And they pretty much are claiming that they killed the Justice League, which we don't know, but they have artifacts in Justice League, like Superman's cape, Wonder Woman's lasso, and it's just really cool. You don't even see the Justice League in this at all, so you have no idea what happened to them after the Trinity War. They could very well be dead, but highly unlikely they're going to be dead. So this was a great read, you guys. I definitely recommend picking this up. There's so many fun things to look at. There's that you get to open up the pages, and you see all the villains, and they're surrounding the Crime Syndicate, and they're having this speech, and they're, hey, you're part of our secret society, but everyone else is screwed. And I just like looking at that and trying to look at all the images of what villains were there. And it was really cool, guys. This is an all-around great book, 5.0. Pick it up. Alright, guys, so that about does it for this edition of Comic Creators Reviews. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out bkbn.net for all your news, reviews, and more. And I'll catch you guys next week.